I remember playing these games, and like I remember like my dad, first of all, like I said, hated like hearing my games in the car. Right, first of all, and I'll admit that's like something that I've inherited.
I'm about to say, how do you feel about your son?
100% honesty, because I want to be back there playing. Like, let's just be honest there. It's because it's like, yo, I'm just jelly because I have to like drive and like be safe on the road. Like, I can't even get on my phone, but like he can play a whole freaking video game.
Speaking of being safe on the road, I remember my mom and I were not carpooling. We were just following you down to California and you start swerving.
Don't. Wait, what?
And my mom calls you, Ezra, are you getting tired? Are you okay? He's like, no, I'm watching a movie. While we're driving to California, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, you were watching a movie while you were driving to California?
I do that all the time. Well, not when I'm commuting. So like when I'm commuting to work, I don't do that. But on long road trips, heck, okay, I got my GPS right here.
Funny.
I put it by the speedometer, and I have a movie. And it's great.
I think it was right before you married Barbara, correct? It was we
were married. She was already down there.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
that is right.
Yeah, so like she'd already gone down.
But it was before Caleb now.
Yep. So I'm like sitting there. So I just put like a whole season of like South Park on or whatever. Just like I drive. I mean, I'm taking my eyes off of the road to look at my speed anyway, and if the speedometer's over 40, then I know how fast I'm going. Yeah, I'm just checking my speed, officer.
Sir, what's that noise? Oh, that's my speedometer. It lets me know when I'm going over the speed.
Exactly. Like, why does your speedometer sound like South Park? Don't worry about it.
Dude, my mom was freaking out. I'm like, he's fine. It says right. He drives all the time like this.
I drive to, like, when I drive to New Mexico, man, it's like 14 hours. So, like, 10 hours doesn't bother me one bit.
No.
Like, 10 hours? 9 hours? That's easy. That's like...
Once you get that 11 mark.
I don't even get sore. Yeah, once I hit 11 hours, then I start hurting.
Yeah.
Then it sucks. And at that time, I was driving a Saturn that didn't even have freaking cruise control.
Oh,
so like when I drive to New Mexico, I'd cramp up in my freaking shin right here.
Yeah, calf of steel. You'd have a calf of steel. Though.
Well, because like I had to hold it right here. So what I do is so I'd lock my foot up underneath the dash like this, just wedge my shoe in there, and have my heel pushing on the gas.
I would have got like a big retractable ruler or something that's like really big and just like jam it down there to like the perfect speed and be like, what's that, son? And then like, oh, that's my cruise control. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's cruise. Well, I was not smart enough to do that. I just cramped.
I get that. Like, I'm so glad I have cruise control. Like, even my Jeep has cruise control.
I love cruise control so much, dude. I set cruise control everywhere. If I'm going 30 miles an hour, I've got my cruise control on. Just because, like,
it saves you gas too. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's worth it. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, I don't have to press down on the gas. It saves you money.
Yeah.
Like a lot, especially right now because gas is just
it's freaking expensive.
We left for Texas and we came back. It went up like what, 40 cents?
So crazy.
It was ridiculous. I was like, what's going on?
I need to get like an oil well or something. I think that you can make a lot of money nowadays. Just like drill your own oil. Yeah, but just refine it yourself.
That, like, sir, can we come give you some freedom?
It's like, not democracy today.
Oh, that's so bad.
Very, very bad. Incredibly so.
It's the truth. It is very much the truth.
It's like,
sir, this is not.
Welcome to the free world. Back to it's like, and here's a tariff, and here's a little bit of a tax, but don't worry about it. It won't go up.
As it's slowly climbing up behind him, like there's a big board. It's like it's not going to go up.
Just slowly, ratcheting up. It's awesome. No, I think, but yeah, that's my, but with movies and videos and stuff. So like, this is the thing. If I'm on like a long road trip kind of thing. So like, I have a tradition when I'm on a road trip with my family. So at some point in the ride, everybody in the car is going to be asleep except me.
That's
right.
A given.
And so during that time, when everyone is asleep, first off, I take a road trip selfie every time.
With everybody
in it. So I hold the camera out. I've held my camera out of my window and like taking the picture like this, trying to get like everyone in the frame. And then like as soon as they're asleep, right? Then it's like, okay, now I'm gonna put stuff on. Now like Because after a while, if you're in the car driving for like 12 hours plus, like I said, I started getting tired. Like, I mean, not like I'm gonna fall asleep immediately tired, more like yo, I've been doing this for a long freaking time and I'm worn out. But and then like you gotta stay alert. And the worst is like that last hour of the road trip. If I'm coming back and it's a snowstorm, I hate that.
Oh my god.
That bothers me so much.
One time, really quick, I don't mean to interrupt you, but my mom and I were coming over the mountain pass, I think after Prim or right before Vegas, and it started snowing, and my mom started freaking out. My mom is fluttering, you're fine. But she's like, she pulls over and he's fluttering. I'm like, Mom, go.
Let's go. Let's go.
But I get that. Like, actual snowstorms are scary to
I
me.
hate that. Like, and so like. The worst one I ever had. That's why I say the last hour always sucks the worst for me, especially if it snows. I was driving back from New Mexico. Same thing. Crappy older Saturn, no cruise control, and I'm coming down through Spanish Fork Canyon, and it's a blizzard. And I can't.
Oh, that's good.
And I can't see like 12 feet in front of my car, and there's a semi, like that close to my bumper. Like at some point, I was actually considering just slowing down enough so that like he was pushing on my back, and then when he would turn, I would turn. I actually contemplated that, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been driving all day. And I was just like, oh. So like I white knuckle it all the way down the freaking canyon, so my hands all hurt. But like no, thank you. I don't know. And that's like back to everything. I get jealous when my kids get to like have fun on road trips kind of stuff, because like now I have to drive. That's why like I'm so excited about like Tesla auto drive features and stuff.
Whoa, Mario, whoa, hey, you okay?
You're gonna clip through the tree.
Oh,
it's a me.
Oh, I'm okay.
He was buzzing like a bee. Look at that.
He was pollinating. What?
Pollinating? That's fantastic. Oh gosh.
Okay, I might have been sticking my foot over the
late game night line.
Over the line.
Oh, that's awesome. No, but
how's our sequels in space?
But yeah, I get jealous because like I mean I remember when I was a kid I loved road trips because of how like
adventurous.
Well, they're adventures. You could sit there, but like so like my kids, I don't know. I get after them because like it's like yo, I hate to be like that guy, but it's like back in my day. So like when I was younger and we go on road trips, I mean heck, like it wasn't every time that my mom would even let me bring my Game Boy. So it was like I would look out the window.
Oh.
Like because when I was younger, my mom used to run the St. George Marathon a lot. So she'd go and do that, and then down there, I mean, it's not a crazy drive. I mean, it's like a 3 hours, 2.5 hour drive, something like that. So that's a little bit excessive, I think. That's a bit fast, but I think that oh, see, that's a bit much for me. But like when back in my day, I didn't get to drive very much, or didn't get to do anything. So, hey, Caleb, do you want pull up a chair?
Come go see my camera. Actually, we can move if you want to sit by your dad.
Yeah.
How's your summer going, Caleb?
Really good.
You excited? You having fun? That's good.
He is.
I remember how such a magical time it was when summer hit, and now I'm like...
It's like, yeah, summer vacation.
Dude,
but now as an adult, it's like, okay,
no.
I gotta work.
So, no, you just remember the good stuff. Summer vacation sucks.
That's true.
What?
After you hit a certain age, because of the farm,
Yeah.
it's... at least you're making money.
Yeah.
After I was Caleb's age, summer sucked.
But you got... Actually, how much did you get paid? Probably less than we did.
$5.15 an hour.
Gee.
That's what I started at.
That was like, that's like nearly half of what I used to make at the farm.
Mm-hmm. That's what I started at. And then in 2001, they raised the minimum wage, and my dad told me I got a raise, and I was so freaking excited about it until I found out that like he was just required to by law. So yeah, then I was like, oh.
You're like, thanks, Dad.
So it's not like your dad wanted
because he had a whole
raise.
thing about it too. Like he sat me down in his office and said, "Ezra, you've been doing really good. You know, I like gonna give you a raise. You've been working really hard." And I felt like $1,000,000 freaking.
That's why you did it though.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like, now you're at $6.50 an hour, and I felt like I was making bank.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, I was like, yo, that's like a whole dollar more, or more than $1 more per hour. Like that's fantastic. But then like I still remember what happened. I was out stacking buckets. I was 10, or I was 10, and so I was out stacking buckets, and the guys that I was working with, these teenagers, were talking. They're like, "Oh yeah, aren't you so glad they raised minimum wage to $6.50?" Wait, they did what? Right? And they're like, yeah, the government, they raised the minimum wage that you had to pay people to $6.50. That's what I'm making. Yeah, that's what we're making too.
You're like.
Because he did. My dad did this whole thing. He's like, you don't tell people how much you're making, because they'll be jealous about how much you're making, and they're gonna want more. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, freaking bull crap.
I think that's low-key funny.
It like now I think it's funny, but like back then, like when I found that out, I even talked to him. I was like, you told me I got a raise. You did.
Yeah.
Legally.
But you got it because I was like working hard. No, not.
No.
I was like, ouch, my goodness. That was rough.
He was honest after the fact.
After the
He was trying
fact,
to
yeah.
play it off. He's like, no.
He's like, yeah, they raised minimum wage and all, and you know, it's much more expensive to have workers now. And I'm like, I'm so glad it's so hard. Like, oh my gosh, I was salty, but I mean,
You were
like,
what? 9?
yeah,
10?
that was 10.
That's
I was
funny
10.
though, like you figured out that out and you're like, wait.
Because like I was sitting there and like, well, and honest to goodness, like after that, like my attitude going to work was like so good after he told me I got a raise. I was like, yo, I am the king of the freaking world. I'm making good money now. Like, yo, I can buy toys and stuff, right? Which I didn't do.
That
much.
was your like main focus.
Well, but the thing was I was like, yo, I can buy toys now. But then I was like, yo, but if I don't buy toys, then I'll have more money. And I was like, back then, I was a big spender, but then again, I didn't really have many bills. You know, I was freaking like, oh, don't fall in the water! Oh, ouch, Charlie.
Place right there.
That was good. No, but I think, but like back then, like didn't have many bills. I mean, I put money in savings, and like that was pretty much it. But when I turned 13, it was the first time I actually like went and like spent a lot of money in one go, and then I felt like really crappy about it, and then I didn't do it again. So like from the time I was 9, but when like 100% honesty though, I made a lot those first few years because I'd worked the same hours as my dad. So like we get there at 4:30 and we wouldn't leave until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And so he would just tell me, he's like, and back then you never stopped the line.
Even on sweets?
Even on sweets, there was only like a couple years that we had a night shift there too. But on tertiaries, you never turned the line off.
I thought that was always, or no, even through night shift, like there wouldn't be a break at all.
No, so like you didn't leave your spot until your night shift replacement came and tapped you on the shoulder.
You didn't get breaks?
Well, like you would get breaks, but like in between shifts, like so you know
That's
how
what I'm saying.
normally-
Like how we used to clean up.
Nope, none of that. It would just go straight through. So like what I would do, because like I said, like in the morning, the shift would start at 6. So like, but we'd be there at like 4:30. Sometimes my dad would let me sleep in his truck for a little bit before work. But then once my shift started, I was on the line until he came and got me when he was ready to go home. So like I got fired from my job on the dump tank because I was messing around too much.
Yeah.
But I was 9.
Yeah.
It's an easy mess around job. Like,
you stand there and
you stand there and you're playing in the water. You know, like, it's not bad. But like, so I lost that after like 2 days. I sucked at it.
I lost that after like 2 hours. I went outside with Isaac because I was dying inside. I'm like, I gotta get outside. I gotta get some sun. It was like 2 weeks into it. I went outside with Isaac, and then what's the new guy's name? Albert, the guy with the glasses.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
He came out and just started laying into me, and I'm like,
because his name, because everyone called him Alfred, but his name was Albert.
I called him Albert. I was nice to him, like.
Yeah.
But he's like, I was told to specifically not let you work together. I'm like, we have never worked together in our entire lives. What is that about? And the girls, I loved how the girls always got to work together except me, Eli, and Isaac. But me and Eli worked as pit mechanics 1 year.
I would like to point out, as your former manager, I believe that was a wise choice.
No way.
No, yes way. Yes way. Yes way. Ask Tanner. Hold on. Because like no joke. So like the wisdom in that decision is huge. Like because if I put okay, here's the thing. If I put Eli, Jake, Gavin, if I put those 3 together...
Well, that's Jake, Eli, and Gavin.
Well,
that's
nothing would happen. Yeah. Nothing. I would leave them in a position, and I would come back, and they would not have budged. Like, not 1 inch.
Yeah, and if you just, and if you, you told me to work alone someplace, or if I work with you, we get stuff done.
But me and Eli together, when we were the pitter mechanics, I feel like we did a lot.
Except you both sucked at fixing pitters. You two both sucked at that. I can't tell you how much. Like when I get done, I'd go up to Fernando and be like, "Bro,
right there,
okay, cool."
Fernando would get there at the beginning of the shift. I was like, "Bro, I don't know what they did, and I don't know what I did, but it's not working. Can you help me?" Because I wasn't great at it either. Like that's the thing is like I could do some basic stuff. I mean, heck, I trained you two.
Like me and Eli, all we would do was just rearrange needles. That's all we would do.
I know. And there was so many little nuances to those machines. And like I said, I'd get done, and like Fernando would come in, and I'd be like,
"Dude, I don't know what happened."
And honestly, and like he'd be like, "How'd it go?" Because like he would come in and like he talked to me because we were both the foreman for the line, and I'm like. And most of the time, like it was good. Like nothing really major happened. It was like a whatever.
I remember one specific thing that always stands out to me is when we had to take the entire drum out of the line
and we didn't have to. And that's what Fernando said. Like I got there, and I'm like, Fernando, we're trying to do the drum. He's like, you never take the drum out. Because he told me that because it was the alignment was off. I remember that too because it was like right there. At the end of line 3, closest to the end.
It was 4 because it was on the IQ line.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Because I remember Zeke, me and Eli went on our break because this guy said, "Okay, the alignment's off. We have to do this." And then Zeke walks in there, and the entire thing from side to side, top to bottom, was crammed with pits. I'm like, oh my gosh! And then I remember you telling me, Fernando, I was like, "Yeah, we didn't have to do that."
Yeah.
Like, what did we have to do?
I don't know.
Did we have to just get the big fire hose and just stick it in there?
It was more than that. It took a lot to get those out because it was like because if it packs in there too tight, it'll crack the casing, and it was like right about to crack.
So
but that was such a freaking mess. But like I remember when Fernando would get there, I'd be like, "Bro, I have no freaking idea what happened. Can you help me with this?" And he just gave this little grin. He's like, "What went wrong?" I was like, "This, and this." He's like, "Oh, did you fix this?" Try to. But like he'd be there, and it was just like, oh my gosh, he'd saved my butt so many times.
But as like a 15-year-old, Eli, I think was 17. No,
he was 18.
It was right before he left on his mission, right?
Yep.
So I was about 14, 15. That was the greatest feeling in the world when he's like, "Yeah, you're a pit mechanic with Eli," and I was like, no way, this is awesome.
Well, at that time it made sense because you had like football camp and rugby and stuff.
No, I wasn't playing rugby at that time.
But like there was other things you were doing too. So like
I was there full time.
You were?
Mm-hmm. I was there full time.
Was I?
I think Grandpa was trying to do it, so me and Eli would basically train me, and I would be the next person. But I think that next summer is when I started all the rugby stuff.
Yeah. Because I tried to, I don't know. That was such a mess. But anywho, so putting any of my cousin nephews dude, because here's the thing, I could put Gracie, Brighton, Ella, I could put them all in one spot,
and they do their job,
and it would get it done. They would have fun. They'd be doing fine. I put you guys all together, and it's like, why is this drum out of the pitter? Like, how did you get that out of there? Why is this wrench inside of that? You did what with the pressure washer? Why?
How many people in accident?
Why is your apron around your face? You're going to suffocate.
It was it just turned into a big BS session.
Oh my goodness, always. And then my dad would come and be like, are you keeping track of the kids? You tell me that. And I'm like,
Yep.
Definitely.
As you were like,
Well, as I'm like looking at you, thinking, how am I going to throw something at them discreetly to get them to like actually move while the boss is looking?
Grandpa's right here.
Yeah.
I kept a pretty good level head when Grandpa was around. I always tried to make it look like I was doing something.
That's important. That's very important.
Just as long as he's around. Like he doesn't. I don't think he checks the camera very often.
Oh no, he doesn't at all.
But
he never did.
yeah, but
Because he never would. I mean, they were there for quality and training purposes. The training is the operative word. Saved it. Like, and gosh, that, like, trying, because, like, and here's the thing, like with Tanner, okay, here, I'm gonna use him as an example. When Eli, Gavin, and Jake started, I still remember this conversation. I told him, I was like, look, just do what I tell you to do. And you'll get through it. You'll learn a lot. You're gonna make mistakes, but try to work hard and get the job done. And so with Eli, Jake, and Gavin, when they started, I don't know if you remember this conversation. We were in the lunchroom, Tanner. I was like,
wait, which room? Was it like the tool room or the regular lunch room?
Regular lunchroom
upstairs.
And
okay.
Was this before or after Jake spat and Tracy?
Oh, this was after you guys lost your upstairs office privileges.
Oh, wait, I remember that. One of you guys spat in my mom's lunch.
That was Jake. That was 100% Jake.
See, and here was my beef.
I remember you guys were crying.
Grandpa
was.
Oh,
pissed.
Of course he was. Here's my beef with that. You guys got like an executive lunchroom or some BS like that. When I was 9, he threw me to the wolves. Okay, I was dealing with teenagers. I had one dude punch me in the face and threw dirt in my mouth. Dead.
Pocket sand.
I still remember the guy's. Still remember the dude's name. His name was Scotty, and he was a douche. But like I mean, like that, like he threw me to the wolves. You guys had like an executive freaking lunchroom, and then you screwed it up. You done messed up, Ron.
Well, not we, Jake.
Jake messed it up. Well, you guys still like lost your privileges, which I was like, oh, like send him out there, send him to the wolves. Let's see what happens. Only the strong survive.
What even led up to Jake spitting in Tracy's lunch?
I don't know, but there's some rules that you follow. You don't mess with someone's lunch, their food, ever. You never mess with someone's lunch. Never ever, because that's lunch. That's a sacred time of day.
Especially at the farm.
Especially at the farm. It's a rare 30 minutes that you can just say, you know what, this is mine.
This is not a problem. There's something going on.
Oh, wait, Amugas!
Yes.
I just noticed that just now.
But, like, wait, oh.
Okay, now you can get a good look at
remember the
that.
conversation with freaking Tanner, Eli, Jake, and Gavin. I even told them at that time, I was like, look, don't even try to be my favorite. Tanner already won. So,
that's right. That's right.
Like when that conversation happened, because the thing is like, Tanner, I can tell Tanner, go take care of this.
Be done in half an hour.
Well, it'd be done. He'd be done
well.
The task varies.
Yeah, it depends on the things. But I 100% attribute like our passing every inspection to this man right here.
Oh, 100%.
Because right before inspections, what I tell you, Tanner, let's do a walkabout. Anything that looks out of place, take care of it.
Yeah,
and it was perfect every time.
You're welcome.
Every time. And then, remember when I made Eli sweep with you? And Eli's like, yeah, I swept it good. Tanner goes up to the floor, wipes it with his finger, and shows him the dirt.
Okay, correction. I don't think I'm kind of somewhat of a germ free, so I don't think I would like take my gloves off.
No, you used your glove though.
Oh no, yeah, I used my gloves.
Yeah, because you had your gloves and you wiped it on the floor.
Or even it was just my broom that I was using, and I could still pick up dirt.
So funny.
So I was like, okay, no, come on.
It's like, oh my gosh. Okay, and here's something. Trying to keep Eli's butt off of a forklift was a full-time job.
That kid wanted to be a forklift.
He's so bad, and I told him, at that time, I told him, I was like, look, you're just not. Like, because here's the thing, like, as far as, out of all you nephews that I worked with and everything, the ones who were the best forklift driver, Jake, hands down. Like, Gavin was good, and he did this stuff for Pace and Food Growers as well, but Jake had finesse. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I would be willing to say He's not a better forklift driver than me because none of you guys can beat me. But
I don't even have my license to operate a forklift.
Well, neither did any of us. We just kind of picked it up. But like with Eli, I can't tell you how many things I had to fix because he'd break bins, and he bent a stainless steel bin like in half one time, and those are pretty pricey themselves. And so I had to tell Zeke, because I had to hide the bin. Because Eli bent it, and I'm like, how did you do that? These are indestructible. They're designed to not do that. Specifically. And so I had to tell Zeke, when he got on a shift, I was like, Zeke, you gotta fix this thing before Dad comes in tomorrow. So on Zeke's graveyard shift, he fixed it. He
kick the star, damn it!
You guys bend it. Oh, nope.
Come on.
There it goes. Now you're cooking.